Looking for inspiration on the absolute best places to visit in Europe? There are many beautiful places to see in Europe that don't cost much. Some experiences, such as the famous Budapest nightlife, combine both entertainment with local alcohol. When is the best time to visit Europe? Well, it depends on what you're after. The list below is based on all but 2 of my trips to Europe and my personal experiences during that time. Now let's begin. Number 1. Italy. Venice is definitely one of the best places in Europe for a romantic getaway, mixed with picturesque canals, hundreds of bridges and fascinating lanes, fascinating history, amazing architecture, and unique lifestyle. Explore St. Mark's Square, home to the famous Doge's Palace, one of Venice's most visited landmarks and a masterpiece of impressive Gothic architecture. Next to the palace, stop by the Basilica of San Marco, the most beautiful cathedral in Europe and the most important religious site in Venice, and for a full Venetian lagoon view, climb up to the observation deck of St. Mark's Campanile. Cross the Paglia Bridge to admire the famous Bridge of Sighs and Venice's oldest and most famous Rialto Bridge for an overview of the Grand Canal. Of course, take a boat tour or gondola ride for a unique viewpoint of the canals. Don't miss an opportunity to explore the beautiful islands of Murano, the perfect place to pick up a souvenir or watch a glass-making exhibition, and Burano, famous for its colorful houses. Number 2. France. Talking about romantic cities, Paris is a must on every couple's bucket list. But there is so much more to do beyond a scenic Seine river cruise or watching the Eiffel Tower light up. From the prestigious Louvre to the acclaimed d'Orsay, Paris has more museums and monuments than one can count. The city itself is a work of art, and a free walking tour or hop-on hop-off bus tour are the perfect ways to explore the Arc de Triomphe, Notre Dame, Sacré-Cœur, and all that Paris has to offer. For those looking for unusual things to do in Paris, the catacombs are worth a visit, and for soccer fans, don't miss the PSG Experience Stadium tour. While there are plenty of day trips, the hardest part is choosing a delicious tasting in the Champagne region, visiting the beautiful chateaus of the Loire Valley, or feeling the magic of Disneyland. Come nightfall, the city has just as exciting a nightlife as it does during the day, and plenty of night tours to explore. Stroll through Montmartre or the Latin Quarter, grab a drink at one of the city's best bars, or take in a show at the Lido de Paris or the Moulin Rouge. Number 3. Amsterdam, Netherlands. Among the most bike-friendly cities in Europe, the Netherlands' charming capital Amsterdam is known for its canals, fascinating mix of architecture, and great coffee shops. Immerse yourself in the city's rich culture with a visit to Anne Frank's house in the Jewish Quarter and browse through the city's best museums such as the Van Gogh Museum or the Rijksmuseum. It's always a good idea to take a day trip, especially in a beautiful country like the Netherlands. Visit the medieval city center of Utrecht, the modern capital of Rotterdam, or stop by the Keukenhof in spring for a magical view of the tulip fields. For a unique experience, cruise through the beautiful canals and marvel at the city's landmarks. Number 4. Portugal. Sintra is a beautiful, historic town nestled in the windswept hills of Portugal's Serra de Sintra. It's only a 40-minute train ride from Lisbon, so it's easy to do as a day trip if you're visiting the capital. Sintra is perfect for an escape when you're pressed for time. You can explore lush forests, colorful castles, the ruins of a Moorish castle, and ancient wells. It's worth a midweek visit to avoid the crowds, especially at the brightly colored and massive Palacio de Pena, the main tourist attraction. In the ruins of the Castelo dos Muros Moors Castle, another royal building in Sintra, you can stop for some scenic views around the ancient ramparts that tower over the city. Quinta da Regalera Palace and Gardens is a sprawling private estate with a massive Gothic house. But if you only have time to watch one part, make it the starting well. The Spiral Initiation Well, 88 feet deep, led down into a tunnel system and was used for Masonic initiation ceremonies. Number 5. Greece. Many people are familiar with Santorini's blue domes and bright whitewashed houses overlooking the blue sea, but there is much more to explore on this Greek island, including what is believed to be the lost city of Atlantis. 3,000 years ago, a huge volcanic eruption destroyed Santorini. The center of the island has disappeared into the ocean, leaving a huge caldera crater in the cliffs, so for spectacular views head west to the Minoan ruins of Akrotiri and visit the Akrotiri Lighthouse. If you're going to be there for a few days and pack decent walking shoes, it's also worth a short trip to the island of Nia Kameni for some amazing hikes in dramatic volcanic landscapes. But a visit to any Greek island is a mix of history, culture, and of course food and drink. Wander the beautiful streets of Fira and Oia for Seganaki fried cheese and phyllo pastry, covered in honey, moussaka, spanakopita with a glass of local beer or wine as the sun sets over the Aegean Sea. Number 6. Rome. Rome, the capital of the Roman Empire, has thousands of years of history and culture. It is known for its stunning architecture, the main attractions being the Colosseum, Trevi Fountain, and the Pantheon. Walking around the Eternal City is like visiting an open-air museum, and to check out all the best spots, take a city tour or hop-on hop-off bus tour. But there's plenty to see indoors, like the Borghese Gallery, one of the world's most prestigious museums. For those looking for unusual activities, check out Rome's catacombs, underground galleries used as burial grounds for centuries. After the sun goes down, fun is still guaranteed in Rome with its exciting nightlife. Choose from available overnight tours to explore the main attractions, embrace the culture, and meet the locals. Because of its location, Rome is the perfect city to set up base and explore the rest of Italy. Before the tour ends, take a day trip to Naples and the sunny Amalfi Coast, marvel at the Renaissance heritage of Florence, or visit the UNESCO World Heritage Sites of Hadrian's Villa or Villa di Asti in Tivoli. Number 7. Norway. Where else in the world can the magic of the Northern Lights be combined with the spectacle of city life? Located in Norway, Tromsø is one of Europe's most unique cities and is known as the Paris of the North for good reason. From reindeer sledding to restaurant excursions, you can enjoy a mix of outdoor adventure and urban lifestyle. In winter, the sky is lit up by the aurora borealis. You can hit the slopes for skiing or head indoors for great shopping and dining. The period between November and January is an ideal window for whale watching. In summer, you can stay up all night with the midnight sun to explore the city, go hiking, or join a cruise on the fjords to spot Arctic wildlife. Number 8. Spain. The Canary Islands are a group of Spanish islands in the Atlantic Ocean off the coast of Africa, with 8 unique islands to explore. A true gem for outdoor enthusiasts with mild temperatures, sunny weather, and pristine natural attractions. Tenerife is the largest island in the archipelago, home to Spain's highest peak and one of the world's highest volcanoes with a range of exciting experiences. Go hiking in Tide National Park or take a stargazing tour, meet animals in Loro Park, and swim with turtles. Continue the tour with a trip to Fuerteventura, declared a biosphere reserve by UNESCO, highlighting the stunning landscapes of the Timanfaya National Park. Discover the volcanic tunnels of Gemillos del Agua and Cueva de los Verdes, and taste wine in the volcanic vineyards of Eligueria. Stop by Gran Canaria to stroll around the old town of Vigida and relax on the best golden sandy beaches. But other islands are also worth visiting, at least on a day trip. La Gomera, with the unique Garajane National Park, El Hierro has more than 40 dive points. Number 9. London. London is at the top of the bucket list for many travelers, and it's not hard to see why. One of the most recognized and cosmopolitan cities in the world, with over 2 millennia of history, art, science, architecture, politics, and a lively nightlife. It's easy to get overwhelmed by the many great things to do in London, so hop on a free walking tour or bus tour to ensure you see the best places, such as the Tower of London, Buckingham Palace, and the London Eye. To take a break from a fast-paced trip through the city, stop by Kew Park, meet the animals at London Zoo, visit one of the city's many museums, or go to a concert. Consider taking a day trip to prehistoric Stonehenge, the spa town of Bath, or the charming town of Windsor, the main attraction being Windsor Castle. Number 10. Belgium. Known as the home of the European Parliament and the capital of Europe, world-class beer, delicious chocolate and waffles, mixed with rich history, architecture, and museums, make Brussels a tourist's dream. Start exploring at the Grand Place, a UNESCO World Heritage Site in the heart of Brussels, and don't forget to visit the Adomium. To check out all the iconic landmarks like the Parc du Cinquantenaire and the Palais Royal, consider a bike or bus tour and stop by the Parlementaire, the world's largest parliamentary visitor center. Number 11. Romania. Most people know it as the stomping grounds of a certain vampire, but the Eastern European destination extends far beyond the woods surrounding Dracula's castle. It's a vast area in the heart of Romania with stunning landscapes, medieval castles including Bran Castle associated with Dracula, as well as castle ruins, fortified settlements and salt mines, and plenty to explore. Whether it's your research or an organized tour due to roaming brown bears, you can do some serious hiking and spot landmarks like Busegi Natural Park. If you're taking a road trip, take the Transfigurasan Highway, an amazing mountain road with incredible views of the Great Plains of Transylvania. Transylvania is ranked 24th among the 50 best places in Europe to visit. Number 12. Georgia. In a land where Europe meets Asia, the Georgian capital is one of the oldest settlements in the world, with evidence of human habitation dating back to 4000 BC. The ancient city is full of historical and natural wonders, from thermal bathhouses dating back to the 12th century to the Ottoman-era Juma Mosque, panoramic views of Narikala Fortress, to streets and buildings that tell the stories of Tbilisi's more recent communist past. Also found in East and West Tbilisi's culinary offerings, Khinkali Georgian soup dumplings can be eaten in batches of 20. Head out of town to visit Uplistiki, a large, ancient cave city for some serious hiking and exploring. Tbilisi is relatively close to the incredible mountain range of Kazbegi, which leads to the northern slopes of the Caucasus. Number 13. Veszprem. Veszprem, the European Capital of Culture 2023, is also the best destination to visit in Hungary in 2023 and is on the list of best family city breaks. Between the forested slopes of the Bacony Mountains and the northern shores of Lake Balaton, it is home to rare and distinct natural and ecological assets and an attractive cityscape. Also known as the Queen City, this amazing city has been a meeting place for cultures for 1,000 years. Explore the contemporary art galleries, the vibrant music scene, and the various festivals that play an important role in shaping cultural life. The city's cozy cafes, atmospheric bistros, and first-class restaurants are to be explored. Follow the signs to Veszprem Zoo for a special family experience. Number 14. Switzerland. Switzerland has been described as a little corner of paradise in its beautiful and peaceful natural environment. It also counts on a rich cultural, gastronomic, and sporting tradition. Located on the Swiss side of Lake Maggiore, along with Brissago and other small villages, it boasts of its many natural beauty spots. Thanks to exotic flowers and plants from all continents, the botanical garden of Brissago Island is a major attraction. Near the shores of the lake and in the center of Locarno is the Camellia Garden, home to more than 900 species of plants, some of which are very rare. Locarno is recognized worldwide for its International Film Festival, Switzerland's largest cultural event. It has a strong association with flowers, and nature lovers are drawn to the spectacular displays of camellias, mimosas, and magnolias. Number 15. Austria. Vienna is an ideal destination for romance horse-drawn carriage rides, visits to the city's royal palaces, and, in the evening, waltzes to the sounds of Strauss' Blue Danube will transport you to the time of Empress Sisi. Vienna is the perfect city for a bright, original break for friends, families, lovers, and singles. An openly gay-friendly city, it is one of the safest cities in Europe. The sense of safety is very strong, and Vienna is known for its quality of life and low crime rate. We love Vienna in spring and summer, with its parks ranked among the most beautiful city parks in Europe, such as the Prater Park, home to one of the most beautiful Ferris wheels on the continent. Besides being the largest greenhouse in Europe, it is considered one of the best places for a marriage proposal. Austrian specialties. Number 16. Slovenia. One of Slovenia's most popular tourist attractions, Lake Bled, a stunning little island with clear turquoise waters and a church in the middle, is perfect for a summer vacation. Easily accessible from El Ljubljana, a visit to Lake Bled can be combined with Vintgar Gorge, another natural wonder of Bled. Adventure on the lake with a boat ride, kayaking, or a dip in the swimming area. For some overland activities, hike the Odstrika and Mala Osojnika Loop Trail. Also worth a visit is the medieval Bled Castle, sitting on a hill 130 meters above the lake, with stunning views especially at sunset and even a unique dining experience. Tasting the typical Bled cream cake called kremsnita is a must for those with a sweet tooth. Number 17. Bulgaria. The Black Sea coast, also known as the Bulgarian Riviera, is more than 200 miles of coastline lined with beautiful ancient towns, secluded beaches, ancient fortresses, and mysterious archaeological sites, perfect for a road trip full of adventure and exploration. There are plenty of budget campsites and small villas to stay at. One of the main coastal cities is BC. Dating back to 4600 BC, Varna is worth a visit to the cave monastery, Roman bath, strange rock formations, and if you go a little further, you can visit Pobitli Kamani, also known as the Stone Forest. It is the only desert in Bulgaria and the only one in the whole of Europe, and it is filled with about 300 limestone pillars that are more than 50 million years old. While Varna is a good base for visiting the Ovech Fortress elsewhere on the Black Sea coast, you can also visit the ancient city of Nesebar, a fortified UNESCO World Heritage Site from Roman times, full of ancient churches, monasteries, and incredible sights. Number 18. Malta. Comino is the smallest inhabited island in the Maltese archipelago with only 3 permanent residents. Many people come to Comino for the clear waters of the Blue Lagoon, and it gets very crowded during the summer months. But plan a weekday visit, and you can swim or wade in the blue waters or climb St. Mary's Tower and marvel at the island's rock formations. People often go to Comino for a day trip as it is only a 30-minute boat ride from the mainland. You can cover the entire island in a day, but if you want to stay longer, there is also a campsite where you can pitch your tent for free. Comino is a bird sanctuary and nature reserve where you can spot reptiles like the Moorish gecko and Maltese wall lizard, as well as lots of bird life. Comino ranks 40 in our best places to visit in Europe guide. Number 19. Tallinn. For a mix of city breaks and nature relaxation, Tallinn is a great shout. It is a small town with beautiful forests at its doorstep. You can easily get to the islands of Nisar, Prangli, and Egna from Tallinn Bay. Stroll around the old town for cobbled medieval streets, beautiful architecture, and some of the city's best places to eat, such as Rataskavu 16 and I Drakon. Head to the Kotuatsa observation deck for views of the city, including the harbor, bell towers, and red-tiled roofs. Transition from medieval to modern in Teleskivi creative city, which centers restaurants, music venues, cafes, and street art. If you want to escape to nature, especially in winter, visit Jagala Falls, or wander around Zuma National Park, where you can book a canoe trip and go for a walk around a bog. Just remember to hire shoes so you don't get stuck in mud or snow depending on the season. Number 20. Northern Ireland. One of Europe's most beautiful natural wonders is the Giant's Causeway. It is a short train ride from Belfast and is a UNESCO World Heritage Site, and it's easy to see why. According to legend, the formation of the Great Staircase, actually tens of thousands of interlocking basalt columns, was the result of a dispute between an Irish giant and a Scottish giant. Finn McCool's mythology makes for a great yarn, but a trip to the visitor center offers a more scientific origin story involving volcanic activity. However, it is a fascinating beach to visit. Head there to tramp around ancient rocks and walk more along the Causeway coast. It's perfect for hiking. The area is also popular for road trips, so it's worth hiring a car and planning a route along the coast, stopping at other landmarks such as Mussenden Temple, Dunluce Castle, and taking a break at Bushmills Distillery. Number 21. Finland. On the shores of the Gulf of Finland, charming Helsinki delights its visitors with stunning seascapes, landmarks, and delicious Nordic cuisine. Take the ferry to Suomenlinna, one of the largest sea fortresses in the world, once a significant naval base. Today, it is not only one of Finland's most amazing attractions, but also home to 900 inhabitants. Along with a variety of attractions, see the Tempelakio Church, an ancient rock-hewn church, the 19th-century Helsinki Cathedral, and the Orthodox Uspensky Cathedral. Explore the city's interesting museums, from the art pieces at Kiasma and the Ateneum to the Design Museum. Also save some time to pick up a souvenir at Helsinki's Market Square or get an adrenaline rush at Linnanmäki Amusement Park. Number 22. Palermo. A lively city in the heart of the Mediterranean, Palermo has plenty of palaces, churches and landmarks to explore, and it's no wonder why it's one of Italy's major cultural hubs. Start at Palermo's iconic cathedral and explore its complex history, then climb to the rooftop for a bird's-eye view of the entire city. Visit the 9th century Norman palace and admire the impressive details of the Palatine Chapel, mixing Greek, Arabic and Latin motifs and displaying glorious mosaics. Sunbathe on Sicily's best white sand beaches, from the famous Mondello Beach to the Isola del Fiemme Nature Reserve. Make the most of your visit with a day trip from Palermo and explore Segesta, Europe's most active volcano, and the remarkable Valley of the Temples, the ruins of Mount Etna. Number 23. Alps. Stretching across 8 countries from France to Slovenia, the Alps are worth visiting for their unique landscape, from crystal-clear lakes to dramatic mountains. In the Italian Alps, one of the most popular attractions is the Dolomites, with its iconic Trisime di Lavardo and its 10 kilometers loop trail, or the beautiful Lago di Braies. The highest mountain in the Alps, Mont Blanc, can be found in the French Alps. Surrounded by mountains, the charming village of Chamonix is the place for those looking for relaxation and home to one of Europe's best ski resorts for those looking for some adrenaline. From hiking to winter sports, the cherry on a trip to the Swiss Alps is from Zermatt to St. Moritz is the scenic Glacier Express 8H ride. An unforgettable panoramic train ride is the most comfortable way to travel through the Alps and admire its landscape. In Germany, the Alps can be seen in the Bavaria region, and the best place to admire its towering peaks is Lake Eibsee. The obvious choice to admire Slovenia's Julian Alps is Lake Bled, but the trails of Triglav National Park are worth exploring. The Alps can also be seen in Austria, Monaco and Liechtenstein. Choose from skiing and snowboarding to hiking or just relaxing surrounded by nature. There's a recipe for an unforgettable trip. Number 24. Croatia. Located on Brac Island, Golden Horn Beach, known locally as Zlatni Rat or Rat Beach, is one of the best beaches in Croatia, although not as famous as Hvar and Korčula. Bathed by the Adriatic Sea, the stunning white sand beach takes its name from the peninsula's unique arrow-shaped sand, and its crystal-clear waters promise to amaze anyone who visits it. Easily reachable on a day trip from Split, this paradise beach is the perfect place to sunbathe, scuba dive, and try many water sports such as jet ski or windsurfing. Number 25. Belgrade. World famous for its vibrant nightlife and parties, Belgrade has something for everyone, from spectacular galleries and architecture to bustling streets and the best bars. Visit Kalemegdan, Belgrade's largest park, and discover the old bastion of the Belgrade Fortress. Admire Serbia's main Orthodox church, the Church of St. Sava, and stop by the Nikola Tesla Museum. After soaking up all of the city's rich and turbulent history, embrace its renowned nightlife, with great indoor clubs and bars in the colder months and riverside venues in the warmer months. Number 26. Germany. Welcoming around 1.5 million visitors a year, Neuschwanstein Castle is one of Germany's most impressive attractions and can easily be reached on a day trip from Munich. Commissioned by King Ludwig II of Bavaria, this castle looks straight out of a Disney movie. Of course, since it served as the inspiration for Sleeping Beauty Castle, the similarities are no coincidence. Considered one of the most photographed buildings in the world, check out the many sites and get the best shots of it, including the famous shot of the castle on top of the hill from Mary's Bridge, also known as Marienbrücke. Although photography is not allowed inside the castle, it is worth a visit and exploring its magnificent rooms. Remember to book tickets in advance, especially if you plan to visit during peak season.